Hi everyone, this is Lara Hammock from the Marble Jar channel, and in today's video I will share how I make photo flashcards with the photo on the front for studying. So I am a big fan of memorizing through the use of flashcards. When I was taking Japanese as an undergraduate, I used to cut up a sheet of 8.5 by 11-inch paper into 16ths, giving me flashcards this big. I would then write the kanji character on one side and the pronunciation and English meaning on the other. I had boxes of these little cards all bound up together in sets with rubber bands. And I swear they were the reason that I got good grades in memorization-heavy subjects like Japanese and biology. Fast forward to now, thankfully for my current program, I need to memorize a lot fewer things, but I still think the flashcards are really useful to drill concepts and ideas that I want to have quick brain access to. Fortunately, there are now a ton of apps that can help you to create and study flashcards. Plus, many of them have built-in games and quizzes that give you even more creative ways to learn. But here's a problem that I've run into. Very few of the leading flashcard apps allow you to study using a photo on the front of the flashcard. So why would you need that? Well, one example is the one I just gave. Unless you can type on your keyboard in Japanese kanji characters, I would need to use a photo or a screenshot of the characters for flashcard purposes. Anatomy students need to know what bone this is or muscle this is. And what about learning the states? You aren't going to really write second state to the left of Georgia when you can just include a photo, right? And here's my main use. Artworks. When we travel, we like to go to art museums. I've been teaching my kids about art history and the great artists since they were tiny, but I like them to know a set number of artworks that we will find in a museum and who created them. There's really no way to study this properly without having a photo on the front of the flashcard. So Quizlet is probably the best known flashcard app, and it does not allow you to do this. You can put a photo on the back side of the card, but not the front. And so it goes for most of the leading apps, but I did find one that does what I want. It's called Flashcard Machine. Not surprisingly, this app was created by a student taking art history at the University of Oregon. I keep calling it an app, but really it's a website with an app for studying. So here's the website. There is no subscription fee, but you can see that it earns money through advertising. If you make a contribution like I did, you can get rid of that pesky advertising. So this is not meant to be a full app tutorial, but essentially Flashcard Machine allows you to create sets of flashcards on your own or with others, organize them by folders, mark favorites, and share them with others in a variety of ways. But let me show you how to create photo flashcards. First, you're going to hit this button to create a new flashcard set. A set is the equivalent of my rubber banded together sets of paper cards. Now you need to give it, at a minimum, a title, a subject, and an education level. In my case, this education level was not applicable. You can also choose whether to make it available for others to access using the flashcard library. So now hit this button to save set details. So this wasn't totally obvious to me, but to add cards to the set, you need to choose either the advanced editor or the quick editor. So now there are two ways you can add photos to your cards. The first way is the easiest. You save photos to your computer, you go to the Images tab and drag and drop them onto there. You can see I have a bunch of photos already saved here. If you've done this, you can add images to your flashcards using the Quick Editor. So I go into My Sets, I choose my set, and I pick Quick Editor. So clicking on the image of the icon brings up a list of the images that you have uploaded with a helpful thumbnail image. Then you can put whatever you want on the definition or the back side of the card. Like in this case, Rembrandt, or self-portrait of the age of 63, or 1669, or all of these facts. So the only problem with this is that Flashcard Machine only gives you 3 megabytes of space for images. So that's not a ton. I probably have 50 images saved here, but I've used 1/3 of the space already. To add your image by a link and to take advantage of some of the other features like adding more information on the front or the term side of your flashcard, you can use the advanced editor, which is a bit more involved. So again, this is not a full tutorial, but choosing to add a photo through the image screen generally doesn't give you any control over how big the image is presented. So you could end up with a card like this. Instead, I like to add images through the HTML screen, where if you hit the button to insert an image, you can control the dimensions. Just also make sure that you choose to constrain proportions, or you could have some seriously distorted images. Along with your image, you can also choose to add text. In this case, I'll enter the name of the artwork, then put the information I need to memorize on the definition or the backside. Anyway, you'll have to play around with these editing features a little bit. Once you've created all of your flashcards, you can begin studying. First, choose your flashcard set. To do straight up flashcard review, pick Start Study Session, then make sure you have the right things chosen. So I want the term or the photo first, then the definition, but you could also reverse this. I also want random order, and I don't want Flashcard Machine to flip the cards for me. Then hit Start Session. So you can click on the flip card icon to see the back of the flashcard, or hit the space bar. Alternatively, you can download the app, sign into your account on your phone, and study from the mobile app. So choosing to repeat the card now will literally make it come right back up. Choosing to repeat the card later puts it at the end of the flashcard deck to review. So one other great feature is instead of choosing Start Study Session, you can choose to play a game. Quiz Me gives you 4 multiple choice options for each photo or term. Speed has you play against the clock, and Pop Quiz has you type out the answer hangman style. They're all fun ways to learn the same information. And that's really it. Let me know what you think. Comments are always appreciated, and thanks for watching.